Hello, English learners. Welcome back to another insightful episode of our podcast. I am Jennifer, and today we are excited to bring you a discussion that is sure to catch the attention of all the sports enthusiasts out there.
And I am Elizabeth. That is right, Jennifer. Today we are going to talk about cricket, one of the world's most popular sports, and the trends that are shaping the game in 2024.
Exactly. Cricket has a rich history, but like any sport, it continues to evolve. In this episode, we will explore some of the key trends in the world of cricket that are making headlines this year. Whether you are a casual fan or a cricket aficionado, this conversation will give you insight into what is happening in the sport right now.
Yes, cricket has undergone a lot of changes in recent years, and 2024 is no exception. We are seeing some fascinating developments in the way the game is played, managed, and even viewed by fans. So let us start by talking about one of the biggest trends of the year, the rise of new formats and innovations in the game.
Absolutely. One of the most exciting trends in cricket right now is the increasing popularity of shorter formats of the game. Traditionally, cricket was known for its long formats, like test matches, which can last up to 5 days. But in recent years, shorter formats like 2020, also known as T20, and even the 100 have been gaining popularity.
That is right. T20 cricket has been around for a while now, but it continues to grow in popularity, especially with younger audiences. The fast-paced nature of the game makes it more exciting to watch, and it fits better into the busy schedules of modern fans. Matches are usually completed within a few hours, making it easier for people to follow.
And speaking of the 100, this relatively new format has really taken off. It was introduced as a way to further shorten the game while keeping it exciting and dynamic. In the 100, each team faces just 100 balls, making it even shorter than a T20 match. This format is designed to appeal to new audiences and has been particularly popular in the United Kingdom.
Yes, the 100 is definitely a trend to watch in 2024. It is attracting new fans to the sport, including younger viewers and families who may not have been interested in cricket before. The format's simplicity and high-energy matches make it very appealing.
I think it is safe to say that the future of cricket is going to involve even more innovation when it comes to formats. While Test cricket remains the pinnacle of the sport for purists, the shorter formats are bringing in new fans who might not have the time or interest to watch a 5-day match. It will be interesting to see how these different formats coexist in the future.
That is a great point, Jennifer. The balance between maintaining traditional cricket formats and embracing these newer, faster-paced versions of the game is one of the key challenges that the sport will face in the coming years. But I think we can agree that the variety of formats is one of the things that makes cricket so unique. You have the long, strategic battles of test matches, and then you have the high-octane, fast-paced excitement of T20 and the 100.
Absolutely. And as these formats evolve, we are seeing changes not just in how the game is played, but also in how it is consumed by fans. That brings us to another big trend in 2024, the way technology is transforming the viewing experience for cricket fans around the world.
Yes, technology is playing a massive role in how cricket is being experienced both on and off the field. In recent years, we have seen a huge shift towards digital platforms, and this trend is only accelerating in 2024. More and more fans are watching matches online, and broadcasters are using innovative technology to enhance the viewing experience.
One of the most significant developments in this area is the use of augmented reality and virtual reality to bring fans closer to the action. Some broadcasters are now offering VR experiences that allow viewers to feel like they are right there in the stadium, even if they're watching from home.
That is incredible. Virtual reality is changing the way people experience sports in general, and cricket is no exception. Imagine being able to put on a VR headset and feel like you are standing in the middle of Lord's or the MCG. It adds a whole new level of excitement to the game.
Absolutely. And it is not just about the viewing experience. Technology is also changing the way teams and players prepare for matches. We are seeing the use of advanced analytics AI-driven data, and wearable technology that tracks player performance in real time. Coaches and analysts now have access to an incredible amount of data that helps them make decisions about everything from player fitness to game strategy.
Yes, data analytics is becoming a game changer in cricket. Teams are using data to analyze every aspect of the game, from individual player performances to the effectiveness of specific strategies. For example, bowlers can now use data to determine the best way to bowl to certain batsmen based on their strengths and weaknesses.
And fielding is another area where data is making a big impact. Teams can now use real-time data to optimize their field placements, ensuring that they have the best chance of stopping runs or taking wickets. It is all about maximizing efficiency on the field, and technology is making that possible in ways that were unimaginable just a few years ago.
And speaking of efficiency, another trend we are seeing in cricket in 2024 is the increasing emphasis on fitness and athleticism. Cricket has always been a sport that requires a high level of skill, but in recent years there has been a greater focus on the physical fitness of players.
That is so true. Gone are the days when cricket was seen as a game where players could get by on skill alone. Today's cricketers are elite athletes who undergo rigorous fitness training to ensure they are in peak physical condition. This has changed the way the game is played, with faster bowling speeds, more explosive batting, and more agile fielding than ever before.
Yes, and we are also seeing an increase in the use of sports science to help players stay fit and avoid injury. Teams now have entire medical and fitness teams dedicated to monitoring players' health and ensuring that they are in the best possible shape to perform. This focus on fitness has led to longer careers for some players, as well as improved performances on the field.
Exactly. And it is not just physical fitness that is important. Mental fitness is becoming a key focus as well. Cricket is a mentally demanding sport, and with the pressures of international tournaments, high-stakes franchise leagues, and the constant scrutiny of social media, players are increasingly turning to sports psychologists to help them manage the mental side of the game.
Yes, mental toughness is absolutely crucial in today's cricketing landscape. With so much riding on each match, especially in big tournaments like the Indian Premier League or international competitions like the World Cup, players need to be able to stay focused and perform under pressure.
That is a great point, Elizabeth. The rise of franchise cricket, particularly leagues like the IPL, is another major trend in 2024. Franchise cricket has completely changed the landscape of the sport, offering players lucrative contracts and massive global exposure. The IPL, in particular, has become a powerhouse in world cricket, attracting the best players from around the globe.
Yes, the IPL has had a huge impact on cricket, both in terms of how the game is played and how it is marketed. The league has brought in a new generation of fans, particularly younger viewers who are drawn to the fast-paced, high-energy nature of T20 cricket. The IPL has also set new standards for how cricket is commercialized, with massive sponsorship deals and television contracts.
And the IPL's success has inspired other countries to create their own franchise leagues. The Big Bash League in Australia, the Caribbean Premier League, and the Pakistan Super League are just a few examples. These leagues are not only providing more opportunities for players, but are also helping to grow the game in regions where cricket might not have been as popular before.
That is right. Franchise cricket is also contributing to the globalization of the sport, which is another major trend in 2024. Traditionally, cricket has been dominated by countries like India, Australia, England, and South Africa. But in recent years, we are seeing more countries emerging as competitive cricketing nations.
Absolutely. Countries like Afghanistan and Nepal have made significant strides in international cricket, and we are also seeing growing interest in cricket in places like the United States and Canada. In fact, the United States is set to host part of the T20 World Cup in the near future, which is a clear sign of cricket's global expansion.
That is really exciting. The inclusion of new teams and the expansion of the game to new regions is great for the sport. Brings in new fans, new talent, and new opportunities for cricket to grow. And with the continued rise of franchise cricket, we are seeing more players from non-traditional cricketing nations getting a chance to play at the highest level.
Exactly. It is also worth noting that this global expansion is not just about men's cricket. Women's cricket is growing rapidly as well. In 2024, we are seeing more investment in women's cricket, with new leagues, more televised matches, and greater opportunities for female cricketers.
Yes, the growth of women's cricket is one of the most exciting trends in the sport right now. The Women's Big Bash League in Australia and the Women's IPL in India are helping to raise the profile of the women's game, and we are seeing more young girls taking up cricket as a result.
That is such a positive development. Women's cricket has come a long way, and it is fantastic to see the sport finally getting the attention and investment it deserves. As more countries invest in their women's teams and leagues, we can expect to see the quality of the women's game continue to improve in the coming years.
Yes, and with the increased visibility of women's cricket, there is also a growing recognition of the need for equal pay and better support for female cricketers. Many female players have spoken out about the need for more financial support, and we are starting to see some positive changes in that area.
It is definitely an exciting time for women's cricket, and I think the future looks very bright. So, Elizabeth, we have covered a lot of ground today, from the rise of new formats like the 100 to the impact of technology, the growth of franchise cricket, and the globalization of the sport. What do you think the future holds for cricket in the next few years?
I think the future of cricket is incredibly bright. The game is evolving in so many exciting ways, and the trends we are seeing in 2024, like the rise of shorter formats, the use of technology, and the globalization of the sport, are only going to continue. I believe that cricket will become even more popular and accessible to new audiences around the world.
I completely agree. Cricket has a rich history, but it is also a sport that is constantly evolving. As we move forward, I think we will continue to see new innovations and developments that will keep the game fresh and exciting for both players and fans.
And I think that is one of the things that makes cricket so special. It is a sport that respects its traditions while also embracing change and innovation. That balance between tradition and progress is what will keep cricket thriving in the years to come.
Well, that is all we have for today's episode on cricket trends of 2024. We hope you found this conversation both informative and engaging.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope you continue to follow these trends as they unfold throughout the year.
And as always, keep practicing your English, stay curious about the world around you, and we will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.